Okay, year 12. So in this video, we can look at exercise 3F, which is on sigma notation. So to start off with, it's really important that you know which each bit of this expression means. So the first thing you need to know is this Greek letter is the Greek letter capital sigma, and it means sum of. So when you see sigma, it means you are summing a series together. The bottom number, well, the numbers at the top and the bottom, tell us what R varies between. So we'll go back up, by 1 each time. So in this case, we'd be summing the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth term in the sequence. And then this bit here is kind of effectively your nth term of the sequence. So when R equals 1, the first term is 3. When R equals 2, the second term is 5, 7, 9, 11. And then, because we are finding the sum of them, we would add them all together and get 35. Luckily, there is generally a quicker way of doing that than having to write them all out and add them all up. Because if the expression being summed is linear, and here it is linear, we get an arithmetic series. We've already learned earlier about how to sum arithmetic series. Similarly, you may sometimes get this is a geometric series. You already know how to sum geometric series. So we'll do some more examples on the next slides. So starting with this question up here then, we have got this. Now my recommendation is always write out the first few terms of the sequence, of the series, So here the first term is 3, the second term is 6, the third term is 9, and so on. Therefore, this is an arithmetic series, and so we are going to use this formula. So I'm going to write out that A is 3 because A is the first term. I'm going to write out that N is 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to write out that D is my common difference, which is 3. Now all I need to do is input those into my formula. So S of N, or S of 7, equals 7 over 2, 2 times 3, plus 7 minus 1, lots of 3, like that. And so when you input this into your calculator, we get 6 plus 18 times 2, we get 84. And so the sum of the first 7 terms in that sequence, of that series, is 84. Second example. So here we've got 10 minus 2k, and we are going between 5 and 15. So I'm just going to begin when k equals 5. That means the first term would be 0. When k equals 6, i.e. the second term, we would get negative 2. And when k equals 7, so the third term, we would get a negative 4, and so on. Therefore, this is also an arithmetic series. So now I can write out that A is going to be 0. I can write out that N is the number of terms in my series. This is 11, and it's super, super important you get now in your head that this is 11, not 10. The reason it's 11 is because if you count up on your fingers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, inclusive, there are 11 numbers there. The easiest way is to subtract and then to add 1. And then finally, D is our common difference. So here, D is negative 2. And so now we've got that, we simply input into our formula. So S of what we're looking for here is going to be 11 over 2 brackets 2 times 0 plus 11 minus 1 times negative 2. Therefore, we get minus 110, negative 110, and that is the sum for that particular series. Okay, so year 12, we're going to have a go at the question on the left now. I'm going to show you 2 different methods. I'm going to start with the subtraction method because that's what is given to you in the textbook. So here we are looking for, we've got k equals 5, and then we're summing between the 5th term and the 12th terms of the series. So instead of finding the sum of the terms between the 5th term and the 12th terms directly, instead what we're going to do is you're going to work out the sum of the first 12 terms. And then we are going to subtract the sum of the first 4 terms. And in doing so, you'll be left with the sum of between the 5th term and the 12th term. So now all we need to do is identify our values for A, R and N. So here A is 5, R is 3 and N is 12. Here A is 5, R is 3 and N is 4. So what we do now is we put both of those into our geometric series formula, which is down here. So we are going to do and so when you input that into your calculator, 1, 3, 2, 8, 600. The second one is 200, sorry. We subtract and we are left with this. Oh, I've written that wrong. Again, 1, 3, 2, 8, 400. So the sum between the 5th term and the 12th term is 1,328,400. That's the subtraction method. I like that less. The direct method is as follows. I'm just going to begin by working out when k equals 5 what the first term would be, and then when k equals 6 what the second term would be. When k equals 5, there we get 405, and when k equals 6 we get 1215 and so on. Now the only thing that's different is my value of A is going to be different. So my value of A is going to be 405. That's the first term. My value of R is going to be 3 because we're still multiplying by 3 each time. That's not changed. And then N is your number of terms in the series. So in total, we do 12 take away 5 is 7. And then we need to remember to add on 1 to count all of the numbers in the series. So N would be 8. Okay? Because if you count up in your fingers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 8 actual numbers. And then we can just use the formula once. So when we just use the formula once, we do 405, 1 minus 3 to the power of 8 all over 1 minus 3. And when you input that into your calculator now, just as a check, we get the same answer. We get 1328. 400. Now the method on the left I think is quicker. I would recommend you use it. The places you're more likely to make a mistake though is in identifying your value of A and identifying your value of N correctly. The method on the left is a bit more faffy, but you're probably less likely to go wrong with your values of A, R and N. A final quick useful thing to know. There is a button on your calculator that you can use. So on your calculator to get it, the sigma button, you need to press Shift here and then the X, and then you can use that. Obviously, they're going to ask questions in the exam that require you to know how to use the formula for summing series, but as like a quick check, 100% make use of that button there. With that in mind, have a go at exercise 3F now. Again, if you want to start near the end, that's absolutely fine.